Hello. I'd like to be good about getting all four parts of this journal out in some reasonable form of togetherness, even though each one is okay on their own. There's a flow to them as well. So these are the journals. This is the third one in the series from 8/15/2010. The Mayan Day, Still 3 Alligator. The Fruit of Your Treks into Heart. Even the Dark Ones Are Light, Part 3. Interesting. Twice now, I've set out to share a certain thing, and yet the journal has trekked on where it will. I always go with that, of course. There is nothing this I could share with you more valuable than that, so let's see where this one leads. I still intend to share that same thing. In the last two journals, we took two journeys. One to raise us up above the whole 3D thing entirely. And for some of you, it may have been the first time consciousness ever rose willingly that far above and away from 3D. You may have been surprised to find yourself existing up there, to meet yourself there. Well, you have existence already on all the other planes and dimensions, my friends. When you get there, who you will greet is yourself. That may be a shock for some, especially for those who thought they were on a path, who thought they had to grow and develop into that. Heart takes you off the path, off of any path at all, the whole concept of that. It takes you to the heart of all that is. You find there that you are already that. You find there's nothing to do, nothing to be done. You are there already where you thought you must travel to reach. Bam, you're there. And you've proven it to self. You've had the direct experience. There's no arguing with that. Oh, but of course, mind will rise up and argue and fight. Poor mind is terrified by that. It sees itself not needed as much anymore. It frankly fears its demise. Mind is not stupid, of course. It sees its upcoming dethroning taking place, and it's fighting that. It's really quite simple, and perhaps you can see into this perspective a bit better now. Ah, you can, you say. Well, fancy that. Do realize this is fruit of your previous tracks. Each time you enter heart, there are fruits, magical blessings that come. The kingdom of heart is a magical one. So even mind will see you are not wasting your time with this. Poor mind, it is really in a dither, all twisted and turned. So many things it believed, all just crashing down. Well, leave mind to deal with that. It is quite capable without your presence in the midst of that. Yes, that's right. You can just ignore the mind. It does not require your attention, your presence to function at all. You just thought you were that. Now you find mind is something quite unlike what you had thought. It doesn't matter what it is at this point. What matters is the realization, I am not that. And that is all. That is quite sufficient for heart. Okay, let's enter back into heart and let's settle down for our trek. We're looking at how necessary is the darkness to light. We're wandering deep into that. So now be reminded how nothing appears, nothing, without the shadows, the shades, the colors that only appear with the addition of the dark to the light. See how there's no rainbow without the dark of the clouds, without them obscuring the light. Never would appear the glory, the display of rainbow light. Now, let's settle more deeply into that. I feel some of you still hesitating, not letting go of the mind. I'll call you but this once to come in deeper with us. Leave mind unattended for now. It will still be there when you return. It doesn't need you, nor do you need it here. It holds you back, my friend. You haven't accepted that mind cannot enter in here. Well, that won't stop you entirely from at least having this trek with us together here. So, everyone, consciously let go of the mind. Okay, this is PG rated. Give the mantra for mind together with me. Are you ready? Turn the volume down for the children. Okay, to mind now we say, you're fucked and everything you believe is bullshit. Give that more regularly, my friend. Change it up however you like. It's harsh like that to make a point. That's all. That's not necessary. Until you give this regularly, you're just clinging to something that's preventing you from making the trek your heart so desires to make into the higher or inner self that is the presence of the divine, right where you are. Now, you don't have to do it with the mantra for mind, just whatever it takes from your perspective to set mind down and get it to hush. Okay, the divine, right where you are. Mind, you are fucked, and everything you believe is bullshit. Truly, let it be your mantra for a while. Say it mindlessly if you like, to yourself. It will certainly, if persisted in, lead you away from, enable you to separate out from the tyranny that is mind. That's why the harsh measures. That's right, not just the tyranny of the mind, but the tyranny that is the mind. Don't worry if you don't see this now. You'll see it later, or you won't. It just doesn't matter. All those things that matter so much to the mind, they just don't matter at all to the heart. At first, this is such a shock that it stuns the mind. Then it is choice time. What will you choose? Will you choose to revive the mind, to enter back into the old familiar way of viewing the life? That's a choice you can make, one you're familiar with, yes. And what has it gotten you? Is your life so very fine right now that you can speak up for this choice and say it's the best one to make? Well, step out of the coziness, of the familiar, why don't you? What do you fear? Look at that, that is all. Observe the self, the mind in action right here. Just take a look. What are you feeling? No need for any huge steps here, any actions at all, really. Just observe. It is in the seeing that we are finally freed, my friend. Just the seeing. That is all. Okay, then. Back into heart. I realize that was quite an unnecessary trek for some of you. But now to you I say, consider this. Those ones still so closely identified in mind, they are you too. They are your brethren. We all required the full presence of each other to be the best that we can. When one is lost in some way, so are the rest. We are linked up anyway. Even the mind can understand this. Each one of us has more effect than we know on the rest. It's time to begin consciously recognizing this. Sometimes the troubles, the upset that you feel, these may not be your own personally at all. They may belong to your close brethren, your friends. Or you can see, once you begin to let go, the tight grip of mind. Mind has organized things in a certain way. This is good, that's bad. This is right, that's wrong. It's constantly adjusting, rearranging as new data comes in. It's pretty proud of itself. It's constructed what it feels is a full functioning, workable reality for you. Well now, is that really so? Did you feel the quiver right there? Just begin to notice these things. A stir in the solar plexus can be an indication of mind being upset. Just note these things. No need for action, just sight. My God, where is this journey going? Each time we set out, I have this one certain destination in heart that I desire to share with you, to take you to, and off we go somewhere else. Well, I must trust then that Spirit, that Source, knows what's best. I just accept the higher forces at work here with us. Till next time then, looks like there's to be a part 4.